Big Little Lies. Now, this is HBO's new show. Now,
Can I link your bit of news about young Sheldon? Because young Sheldon is in Big Little Lies. He is Shailene Woodley's son.
Oh, I think he's brilliant.
What,
Ian Armitage. Yeah, Ian Armitage. Yeah.
Very good. I didn't know that. I believe this is based on a book, because I've seen lots of people saying, don't read the book if you don't want to know. Because effectively, not only is this a whodunit, it's a whodunit too.
That's not it's not a sequel to Whodunit, we should just say.
Yeah, the third one would be Who Done It Now?
Who Done It Now? And effectively, this has got possibly one of the biggest casts in a program that doesn't suck that I've seen in a long time.
Oh my god! I know we're West, but I'm not going to let you use that phrase. That's
no, but
really
let's face it. We all like the idea of things like Fortitude because it had a great cast, but then it turned out to be not as good as we thought.
Yeah.
This actually turns out to have great names like Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, Laura Dern, and it's actually quite good. This is set in California. And
Monterey,
it's around Monterey, thank you. And it's set around a school and the very first day of term for some first graders to a bunch of what I would describe as dysfunctional families, headed up by Reese Witherspoon.
She's that because you're going to see them deliver a sausage sandwich at any point? So
that's right, yeah. And
they're bad families.
Absolutely dysfunctional. Well, no, they're all damaged in some way, I think is what I'd say. The main sort of sets of groups, you've got Reese Witherspoon, whose young daughter is, and she plays Madeline, isn't it? Madeline Marjorie or something.
Madeline Martha Mackenzie.
You've got Nicole Kidman, who used to be a lawyer, is a lawyer. She's got twin boys and is married to a much younger man.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh
yeah.
Tarzan.
And you've got Laura Dern. She said she worked for PayPal, didn't she? Or am I dreaming
that? She just joined the board of PayPal, among other things. She's sort of a multi-business woman, isn't she?
It would be weird if you had dreamt that, let's be honest.
Yeah, I know. But no, it's just because I logged onto my PayPal earlier, so I didn't know perhaps I was confusing the two things. And she's got a young daughter. Madeline, or Reese Witherspoon's ex-husband, has remarried a very bohemian kind of fitness guru. And
Zoe
they have
Kravitz?
a young daughter as well.
The lovely Zoe Kravitz.
Who does look like her mum, Lisa Bonet.
Oh my god, it could be Lisa Bonet, I know.
You're right. Gosh,
I was hoping Bill Cosby wasn't going to pop up with all those kids around.
Yeah. Oh, dear me, Luke. The very sort of basic plot is that on this very first day, the young girl of Laura Dern's character ends up with scratch marks on her neck, looking like she's been, not strangled, but certainly attacked. And the teacher does a very strange thing where she basically does the whole kind of shaming thing. Maybe because it's day one.
That's a bit weird. That would not happen in a British school.
No. And I can see why she was doing it. She thought perhaps maybe the young boy might come forward and therefore it's all dealt with. But basically it causes...
I wish they'd done Broadchurch like this. It would save me watching 8 episodes. Just line everybody up.
We'll get there.
Who attacked this woman? Step forward.
Who attacked her? Oh, it's you. All right, bye.
And she points out Ziggy, who is the son of
Shailene Woodley.
Thank you. Now her name's
Jane.
Laura.
Jane.
And she's the new person to the area. They moved recently. She claims she's a single mother.
That makes it sound like she's claiming benefits the way you said that.
No, but
it's not Daniel Blake.
Okay.
She claims she's a single mother.
Well, no, more the point is that she claims the father's not in the scene, but that's for another time. It's sort of like, so that she's the exposition that allows you to be introduced, so as they're introducing her to all the people, you're
new to the area, isn't she? She's much younger than the rest of the mothers. You know, she's in, early 20s, would you say?
Yeah, she had the child young.
Well, she was pregnant, wasn't she, in The Secret Life of the American Teenager, so I wonder if this is the baby she had.
We haven't done enough ABC family reviews.
What you don't see and what is being explained via police interviews and stuff is that somebody has been murdered.
Well, that's the start of the episode.
That's the start of the episode, and
it does a Luke special.
Yeah, a flashback and a voiceover.
They interview sort of like the secondary characters. Parents who've got other kids in the school who aren't like the recognisable main stars, they're being interviewed about this murder. You don't know who's been murdered, as you said, who done it or who done it to. But the framing device are these police interviews with talking about the characters, like saying, oh, you know, Witherspoon is like this, and so on and so forth. And
it's something Feud did as well, which we'll talk about next. I had no issue with it at all, because what my main issue with this thing is that they show you a big important scene ordinarily, and then they go
they did it throughout, didn't they? They flashed back and forth throughout,
but not in a jarring way.
No. Like Damages used to do this as well.
I was going to say that actually it was much more like Damages in the way that you got. It was kind of like used to kind of like go into breaks and sort of like thing, wasn't it? It was used to kind of punctuate a point rather than just being scattered around.
They're differentiated by the way they're filmed, aren't they? And things like that. It isn't just, as you said, one big scene and then back to the beginning.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And I have to say, as good as the adult cast is I'm going to praise the young cast. I thought the young cast were brilliant, very believable.
He's got a very genuine... sort of the actor who plays Ziggy. He's got almost like a sort of bad seed thing about him, hasn't he?
Oh,
I mean,
God,
you
yes.
suspect
Am I right in saying there was a little flashback when they said about strangling? Did the mother have a flashback?
Well, he keeps like appearing at her bedside, doesn't he? That's the sort of recurring.
It was a little bit of something.
As you say, I mean, we talked about like the flashbacks and stuff, but there's like recurring images of things as well, especially involving the Shailene Woodley character. Ziggy says, "I didn't do this." So it sets up a feud between Laura Dern's character and Shailene Woodley, who is sort of being backed by Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
But then there is the feel that he is like this weird. There's something weird about him.
We have had such a wonderful morning, but we need to have a little chat, and it's a little bit serious, okay? Someone hurt Annabella. Excuse me, Amabella. And I would like whoever it was to come over and apologize, okay? Because we don't hurt our friends at school, do we? No, we don't. And if we do, we always say sorry. That's right, because that's what big first grade children do, right? Yeah.
Amabella, you think it was an accident, maybe?
An accident? Look at her neck, for God's sake. It has marks on it.
Amabella, sweetie, can you tell me if it was a boy or a girl? Right? It was a boy? What was his name?
Maybe she doesn't want to say.
Well, Mrs. Klein, my problem is that the children don't know one another's names yet, so Amabella cannot tell me who...
We're not just going to let this go.
Absolutely not.
Amabella, sweetie, could you maybe point to the boy who hurt you?
Come on, really?
This boy?
No. Him.
This boy?
Yes, he tried to choke me.
What?
It wasn't me. Yes, it was.
Ziggy, sweetie, we just need you to say sorry.
I didn't do anything. I didn't.
Are you sure that it was this little boy, sweetie? Can you say you're sorry to Amabella? She's hurt quite badly.
It wasn't me.
Ziggy, look at me. Promise. You don't have to lie. We just want to say we're sorry. Ziggy doesn't lie.
I can assure you Amabella's telling the truth.
If my son says he didn't do it, I believe him.
Of course. You know what? I don't know if this is the best way to deal with this, so
I agree,
why don't
but now we are. So maybe the child needs to take responsibility for his actions. And he needs to see there are consequences. Little boys don't get to go around anymore hurting little girls. And none of us want to raise bullies. So we don't have to pretend we didn't do it.
It's okay. I believe you.
Junior, can you just make your son apologize?
Renata, stay out of it. I can't make him apologize for something that I know he didn't do.
All right, we will schedule a meeting for another time. We can handle this later.
We have a new acid test on this podcast. It's developed over the last few months where we have all individually, through different shows, said, I didn't believe that this would happen, or I didn't believe this is real. Within the show, Gary, did you believe what you were saying?
Certainly the school life bit, yes. I'm not going to say I've got any real life example, but I can certainly believe that the bad way that the teacher handled that would build that feud and resentment. We don't know who's been murdered, so we don't know if it has anything to do with it. We assume it does. it might be that the Skarsgård guy kills Nicole Kidman. We don't know until we know about the murder. But yeah, I believed everything else.
Especially Reese Witherspoon, who does feel like that mum, that all sort of her character. I think you brought into the world. If there was one element that I didn't particularly like, it was Nicole Kidman. I just felt that, certainly in this first episode, she didn't have as much to do. She did a lot of poignant staring into the distance, mainly, compared it to a couple of shows. But it had a sense of Desperate Housewives about it.
God, I was just going to say,
like a sort of classier version of Desperate Housewives, really. But yeah, no, I think I bought into the world. I think it mainly to do with the performers, maybe, but they did do that good thing about these sort of gang of women who've had a lot of things handed to them, and then this outsider coming in.
I mean, I did like Reese Witherspoon, I did like Laura Dern, I did like Nicole Kidman, but Shailene Woodley is just...
She's a fantastic actress.
She's fantastic, and I believed every bit of her. There's been 4 out in the States, I've seen 3. I will see 4 when I get the chance. I'm in on this for the long haul. Matt, is this the show that you will go back to, or is this
I might do.
Oh, almost.
I might do. I'm not saying no, but I might do. I'm still with the good fight. I'm keeping up with.
Does that mean you weren't intrigued enough, perhaps?
As it's only a 7, I might stick with it. Yeah, and it is based on a book, as we said. It doesn't feel very David E. Kelly though.
This is the first one of his that I've liked as well, really.
I think I will stick with this, but I'm quite happy to wait for the next episode on Sky Atlantic.
I might watch a couple together like I did with the first series of The Affair, and then
I can imagine that working quite well, because you'll get a pattern, you'll get in a rhythm of them.